I'm using this under the Fair Use Act, and I've recently done a post. I did a community post on this where Perry Stone is very upset, and you can see he's holding a piece of paper, a document, which is actually a notice. And he does a whole propaganda video about, can a bank seize your money? The reason he's doing this is he's found out that I can seize his money. I can freeze his monies through what's called an injunction. It's called injunctive relief through the courts, because he has stolen copyrighted intellectual property from my books to write his books. And he's very upset. If you've seen this video, you can tell he's very distressed, distraught, and upset about the situation. But again, as I pointed out, this is all propaganda. When he does these videos, I can read him like a book. And again, this is August the 1st. So I did that in a community post, and I wanted to do a video on this so I could tag all of these people's that platforms that he appears on. The best part about this is this new incredible book he has written, The Apocalyptic Reset. None of all these people, usually he appears on numerous dozens of platforms to promote his new incredible books. But oddly enough, only one person has had him appear, and that one fool is Jimmy Evans. And what he doesn't realize, what these other ones have realized, is they can actually be held equally accountable for this theft, this violation of copyright laws. But none of the others understand, and this is exactly what I'm doing to all of these thieves, these frauds like Jonathan Con Artist. I make sure to tag and send all of these platforms this proof, this evidence, this unequivocal evidence. I send them these videos, and I also send them the legal letters notifying them that they are too, in fact, can be held accountable for this theft. So let's see what Jimmy Evans had Perry do on his show recently.
This book, America's Apocalyptic Reset, and there's, I love the book, and I want to.
So some months ago, because Perry is a fraud and a filthy lucre, according to Titus 1, verse 11, in true form and fashion, he's trying to hedge his bets, in hoping when this lawsuit is all said and done that he will at least have made a little bit of money on writing books that are stolen copyrighted material from my books and my platforms. So we know that God is the author and narrator of all things, and he is the narrator also of the book of Revelation, which is also known as the Apocalypse. So listen to that again, what Perry says.
This book, America's Apocalyptic Reset, and there's, I love the book, and I want.
He's written about America's apocalyptic reset. So there's a concept out there that the global one world order has designed a reset. Understand that. That has been the understanding for quite some time. That is, the one world order is the one that is designing the reset. That God has not designed these things. But remember, God, as I pointed out, he is the author and narrator of all things. He knows the end from the beginning. Continue to learn.
You for I don't know how many years, at least 20 years, and you're a scholar. You are a true scholar, and
I had to put that in there, and I had to actually put it in here twice, because Perry Stone is not a scholar. He is a troll, a fraud, and a thief, that has admitted uh, says he locks himself in his office for 10 to 12 hours a day and does research. He does not do research. He trolls the internet and reads other people's materials, books, and steals from it. That when you steal from other people's research and work, that is not research. That's just copyright theft. So we will learn where Perry has gotten his concept for God's reset, this apocalyptic reset that differs from the widely held idea of the one world order's reset.
Bible scholar and an end times expert. He's here with me today to talk about his new book, America's Apocalyptic Reset. And this
Again, I couldn't help myself. Perry Stone, the Bible scholar and end times expert. This book he's written comes from this. That's what it comes from. The Flood, The Reset, Amazing Discernment of a True Prophet on my other channel from 2022. That's my other channel. The Flood, The Reset, Amazing Discernment. Here's the best part. I even put at the beginning a copyrighted symbol as a warning. Ladies and gentlemen, as a warning, I even put a copyrighted symbol to show this is copyrighted information. Let's learn a little bit here. The world is now underwater. It has been flooded. This is what the flood is. You're seeing a financial collapse because the U.S. dollar and all the other countries are underwater in debt. I show that this is the apocalyptic reset that is designed by God. This is God's reset. This is not the one world order. This is God's reset. They could basically ever pay. And this is what is going to create, to lead to that reset, to lead to many other events. That I have revealed what the flood actually means, what Scripture actually means, and how God created this coined understanding of being underwater. So let me elaborate on this a little further. God says that like in the times of Noah will be again at the coming of the Son of Man in Scripture. And we know in the times of Noah there was a flood. So the understanding is the Bible is very vague. It does not elaborate on this. That's the only thing you get. You get one verse out of that. It was through what I've done in discernment, my discernment, research, and work, that I was able to reveal what the flood actually meant in relationship to financial language. Financial language. And in reference to Revelation 17:15. The waters that were seen by John were actually peoples, nations, multitudes, and tongues. Tongues means language, and you have to look at the language, the linguistics of it all, and the financial coin term I discovered was what it means to be underwater. So when a country is in debt, over their head in debt, they are called underwater. The best part is, it's all copyrighted intellectual property that Perry Stone stole from this book and this book. It's all copyrighted intellectual property. And this is why he's so upset. Understand that. This is why his videos, current videos, is all rants, him ranting. The best one I saw, I wish I could go back and find it again. He was doing a video. I think he took it down because he saw how childish and immature it was. This is why he makes these videos. It's propaganda for his following. He's bait. This is the old bait and hook trick. He's telling his followers that his ministry and reputation is under attack by Satan. When in fact he's being judged accordingly in relationship to Jeremiah 23 verse 30, where it states God is against the prophets, it should say false prophets, that steal the words of another. He's stolen the prophetic words given to me so that he can enrich himself and line his pockets. But now he's found out that I can seize those almighty dollars until the lawsuit is over through what's called injunctive relief. And now he's upset. Jonathan Con Artist and Jimmy Evans and any of these others, I can do the exact same thing to them. I can freeze their bank accounts and freeze their revenue streams, including the revenues they bring in from YouTube. I can seize all those almighty dollars. And Perry Stone is so upset and so distressed about it. But Jimmy Evans, you were the only one that was stupid enough to have him on and promote his new incredible book that is only stolen, copyrighted. See, I've notified all of these people, prophecy watchers, and you'll see that in the description box. I notify all the people to let them know, to make them aware that I can, in fact, hold you equally responsible, and I will do so. Be sure of that. I will do so. Make no mistake. That is the reason God had me put what he did in those books. God had me put in those books that he knew there would be ones like Perry Stone and Jonathan Con Artist that would come out and steal the prophetic words that were given to me. So he told me to write it in books and have it copyrighted so that I could hold them accountable and take those almighty dollars from them. And I would actually this would be God using them in their evil, filthy lucring to draw in monies that I wouldn't have otherwise gotten. So they brought in extra monies to my ministries that will go towards helping so many people's in need and doing so much work, real work for God, instead of simply lining their pockets with it. Y'all be sure to spread this. God bless.